Hey guys, welcome back. It is Christine. If you're new, I am a homeschooling mama to 3 kids, and I share homeschool content here on this channel. So if it's something you're interested in, please go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you along. And today I'm going to be talking about how I homeschool with a toddler. I'm just going to be honest with you, homeschooling with a toddler is hard. I would say it's harder than homeschooling with a baby because babies sleep a lot more and they're just not as loud and destructive. So my youngest is 23 months almost. Yeah, 23 months almost. By the time you get to the third one, it's like she's 1, okay? She's almost 2. She'll be 2 in October. So she is misdestructive at the moment. She gets into everything. She also wants her way a lot of the time, and it is hard. It is hard to balance her needs with the needs of my older children. And I have had to be very creative in this season of homeschooling. So I'm going to share with you the things that have helped us. I am by no means an expert, and I would say that any mom with a toddler who is homeschooling will tell you that you have to take each day as it comes, and there's no right or wrong way. You just got to get through it. And it is just for a season. I'm very aware of that this time next year, things are probably going to be a heck of a lot easier because she'll be that much older. And yeah, they get used to the flow of things. So I've kind of written down some things that I do, that I try to do to make our day go a little bit easier. So the first one is I try and work during her nap time. But this has changed a bit recently because she's kind of transitioning between 2 naps to 1 nap. And so some days she takes a nap in the morning. Most days she is not anymore. But on the days that she does take a nap in the morning, I get my son and I'm like, okay, let's do school, because it is so much easier to do school when she is down and napping. This week, we actually didn't even do any schoolwork until 1 o'clock in the afternoon when she was down for her nap, because the kids were outside playing all morning long. It was a beautiful day. I didn't want to drag them in, and also she wasn't sleeping, so I was like, what the heck, we'll do it in the afternoon nap time. I don't usually do that because I do work from home, and I often work during that nap time space when the older 2 are having quiet time, but that was an exception. I was just like, we'll just leave it till then. It'll be easier. I'll be calmer, a nicer mama to be around. And so I encourage you, when your toddler naps, and I would say that almost all toddlers need naps until at least age 3, do school during then, if you can. The other thing that I've used to help keep her entertained while I'm schooling is things like sensory bins. I'm not at all like a toddler craft activity person. I'm like, girl, there's mud, go play in it. Like, it's fine. But some days I do need something that's a little more contained, and I like that I can put them away, and so they're a novelty when they come out. So things like sensory bins, like I just have like dyed pasta, and she like plays with that. And then Play-Doh is the other thing she loves. She loves Play-Doh so much, and thankfully she doesn't really eat it anymore, so it's a really good one to have. Those are things that I pull out when I need her to be happy and entertained for a little while. The next thing that I use is Playtime, and ultimately it's called independent playtime, and I've done it with all of my kids where I have like set a time every day where they go into their room. They have a number of toys that are just for that time of day, and I set a timer for however long, and I put on some music for them, and they play in their room independently. The difference is now she actually does this with her sister. So Annie will go ahead and play with Charlotte for an hour in their room, and they're not allowed out until the timer goes off. And it's not like I'm not locking my kids in their room and like not letting them out for anything. Like, Annie can come out if she needs to use the bathroom. You know, I'm right there. I can hear everything. It's fine. But it works really well. The girls play so nicely together, and it means that I've got like a solid hour to sit down and work with my son. So I would encourage you, if you've got an older child that can play with the younger child in a safe space, to do that. If you've got a fenced-in yard, send them outside. I mean, I've let my toddlers play outside a ton from when they're like really little, and sometimes I think in today's world we just like cushion our kids so much because we're so worried about every little thing, when in reality they're going to be fine. Like, it's so good for them to explore. So yeah, she goes with my daughter into their room for about an hour, or occasionally I'll let them outside, but I am a lot more like alert to them when they're outside. I don't know why. Maybe, yeah, I just am. So I can't concentrate quite as well with my son, and they will be more inclined to come and interrupt, whereas if they're in the room, they know they can't come out, and so it works just fine. So those are like the things that work really well for us. We do our morning basket over breakfast, and so she's entertained then, and she actually sits really well and listens while I'm reading, which I'm surprised about that she can do that at so young. But I also think it's because I've been doing it since she was a baby, and so she's used to it. So that's something to be aware of. Like if there's meal times that you can sit and do like group subjects together, try and do those because it keeps the toddler contained. They're happy. Snacks are amazing, okay? And then I also think it's fine if you need to use screen time occasionally, every day, whatever. If you need to use screen time to keep your toddler occupied for 20 minutes or whatever, it's fine. I'm giving you permission to do it. They will be okay. I know that there will probably be people who are like, it's not okay, that's terrible, but I don't care. You know, we've got to balance the needs of the family, and I personally don't use screen time, but if I really had to, I would. Like there's sometimes when the toddler's teething and miserable and you just need to do a lesson in math and you need them to be occupied, and so it's okay. Like it's fine. So yeah, that's something you could do. There are some fun educational apps that you can find that are free that you can use, or the one that is paid that we use is Learning with Homer, and I've actually really loved that for my kids. Sometimes even like my 3-year-old and 1-year-old will sit down and do that together, so that's an option. Finally, I just want to say, be flexible. I'm a type A personality. I like to-do lists and check boxes and doing all the things at the right time, and homeschooling has 100% taught me to be more flexible. And so if there's a day when the toddler is just not happy and needs your attention, it's okay to just put the school books down and have a learning through life day. It's totally fine. Like you will catch up, and there will be time to fit things in, and the season of toddlerhood is not forever. And so I just want to encourage you that it's okay to be flexible and okay to do school maybe before bedtime, or maybe not to do school at all that day. It's unlikely that your toddler's grumpy every single day of the year, although my toddler might be able to sort of contest that at the moment. We're going through a stage. So yeah, if you are a mama with a toddler and you're trying to homeschool, I am right there in the trenches with you. It is hard. I'm not going to lie, it's hard, and every day is different for us at the moment because my toddler's schedule's different, and we kind of just are in the season where we have to cater a little bit more to that at the moment. And once she is a little more settled into her schedule, then we'll have more flexibility, and I say more flexibility, we'll probably have more routine, but it will make life easier for everyone. So I hope these tips were helpful. If you've got any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
What if the world had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars,